It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Houston Texans and the Cleveland Browns. All that and more coming up next.
It's the city of rock and roll, and this place sure is rocking as they await the start of this one. We're here at Huntington Bank Field in Cleveland, Ohio. Alongside Brock Heward in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, we usually at this point talk about a quarterback, talk about a game-breaking running back, a home run hitter when it comes to wideouts. No, today before this one, we're talking about a couple of tight ends.
And what a great game it is, Kate, to spotlight that position because we have two of the league's best. And when you go back and you watch the tape after the fact, when the ground game's running wild, it's usually these tight ends making blocks. When the passing game is getting it done, well, they play a role in the air as well. They don't get the headlines like you talked about, but these guys, man, they are cornerstones of their offense.
Justin Hopkins out, ready to send this away. And off we go from Cleveland. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. So here come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out is the second overall pick back in the 2023 draft from the Ohio State. It's C.J. Stroud.
It didn't take long for C.J. Stroud to make an immediate impact into the NFL, and it didn't take long for me, Kate, to form an opinion, but this guy is just different. He just processes the game quicker. Remember talking to Ryan Day on the practice field in Columbus, watching him in college, and he just alluded to that as well. It's the anticipation. It is knowing where everybody is and getting that ball out before any receiver will even break on a route. C.J. was unique in that way, and that skill set has been a big part of his success.
2nd and 6 coming up here. A tight end in motion now. Stroud off the play fake. Into the hands of Schultz. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40.
Kid, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week during practice. That both quarterback and tight end went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope we have just a little space to operate. That play action works beautifully, and the tight end, the beneficiary.
Putting a receiver in motion. Pierce takes it straight ahead, and he's caught behind the line for a loss.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push and we will move the sticks. Instead, well, the defense is energized with that stop.
Texans going to kick this away on 4th, and it's Tommy Townsend on for the punt. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. And he'll get under this one and make the fair catch at the 19-yard line. So here come the Browns on offense, readying for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former first-rounder back in 2017, Deshaun Watson.
After winning the national title at Clemson and early success at Houston, there's no question that Deshaun's career has been slowed by some injuries and other challenges. But when he is on the field, at every level he's ever played, he's just got a calm. And that calm comes with the trusting of talent that he has in himself. He knows how to run, he knows how to throw, and when he's available, he's still a difference maker.
It was the rookie from USC who got there for that tackle.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
That's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage waiting for it. They were thinking interception for a second. And incompletion is still pretty good, too.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing is Watson. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that gives the Browns a first.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Now the first carry for Nick Chubb. This is ahead for about 5. That stop coming from Henry To'o. Give him 5 on that carry, bring it up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
From the 44 here on 2nd down. Into the hands of Tillman, complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
Chubb here on first down. And it's a nice gain on the run, aided by that broken tackle. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Judy there to grab it. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Derek Stingley putting that play to bed. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Chubb going for the marker. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Just a single yard, but that's going to be enough to move the chains.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Their opening drive continues. 1st and 10 now from the 39. Out of the gun, here's Watson. That's to his back, Nick Chubb. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
2nd and 3 now. Here's Jerome Ford for the first time this game. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Another one for Ford. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
They've worked it downfield very well to begin the drive. It's 1st and 10 at the 28. Watson working in the pistol. He's on the move. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle. All right, still scoreless through 1 quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the 2nd. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. Ready to go with the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns with it inside the red zone. Here's a counter give to Chubb. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Again, it's Chubb. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. But partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. They'll run here following the penalty. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign where they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Connection made to Judy. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Has it down close. Touchdown, Cleveland. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
So we've got a stoppage now. Figured this might be coming. We're going to take another look to see if this was indeed a touchdown. Ooh, it doesn't get much closer than this, Brock. Did that ball in any way break the plane of the end zone?
You know how I like to look at this, Kate? Imagine a plane of glass going from the front end of that end zone straight in the air, and any part of the ball, any part of it just touches the plane of that glass, and this is a touchdown.
All right, so the officials take that touchdown away. He did not break the goal line. Chubb does not get in. His push is stopped just short of that goal line.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
Here's Watson to the air. Escapes, and he carries it in for the touchdown. The Browns get the game's first points here in the second. Deshaun Watson with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
That one right down the middle. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. On the return, here comes Davis. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now we'll see the Houston offense for their second drive of the contest. Still in search of their first points as we work our way through the middle of this game. The score is 7-0. Stroud throwing here on first. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
First and 10 from the 41. Davis takes it straight ahead. Past midfield to the 45. And he works this down to the 41. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. He's on the move. Steps up, and he's running with it. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs. Well done.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, Stroud. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
That's the 2-minute warning in what has been a defensive battle. The Texans in possession. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. And look at the footwork there, touchdown! The Texans earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Tank Dell, the touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans tie this game 7-7. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. To return, Jerome Ford. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Onto the field comes the Browns offense for the 2nd time. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Watson. Got a man, it's Njoku. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You train a little bit of speed, sure. You sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
Browns fighting the clock now, trying to hurry back to that line. Working from the gun, Watson. That's into the hands of Moore. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Watson to throw it. Setting up the running back screen. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
That one complete to Njoku. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Azeez Al-Shire that time on the tackle. Browns fighting the clock now, trying to hurry back to that line. Sticking to the air with Watson. Throw wheeled in by Njoku. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Now a timeout's called, Cleveland using its 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. They've got 1st down from the 31. Play action, it's Watson. Throwing the out route complete. That play gains 15 and it moves the sticks.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. The throw is caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Here's Watson. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up 3rd down. Watson now. And no one had a shot at that. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
So the Browns are going to kick the field goal on 4th down. Dustin Hopkins on for the attempt. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Carlson's kick is good. And they've taken back the lead.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Return starts from the goal line. And this drive will start inside the 25. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. Drops to a knee, and that pesky final second runs off. So we're to the end of our 1st half. So it's halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top at the break. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Reports. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Reports. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level 1st half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Here's Ford on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Cleveland offense headed out for this 1st series of the 2nd half. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the 2nd half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every 1st down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Here's Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Looky here, you don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it, save it for later, for that next 3rd down coming.
1st and 10 from the 41. Staying on the ground here with Chubb. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, kid. I know you do. And this one was about willpower. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run and a great try at that first down.
Chubb again on second down. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a groove, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
Watson now off play action. Fits it through the middle. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this two-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
On is Hopkins for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Browns make it a 10-point ball game. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Houston offense out and ready to set up shop. Their work really cut out for him now, partner, to follow up that touchdown and get things back to a one-score game. Finds a seam down the middle. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
First down, Stroud. This one quickly to Dell. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Well, you don't normally get that type of outcome on a slant. You're just looking for a little short yard gain. But find the right type of athlete with space to work before and a perfectly placed ball after the catch. It's a perfect play to break it big.
They've got first down from the 31. Handoff here to Davis. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They'll go again with Davis. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Going right back to Davis. And he's brought down for a loss.
That is teaching tape for a linebacker. Read, react, and finish.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Shotgun now for Stroud. Schultz with the catch. And they get this down to the 7-yard line.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
5 men in the secondary for the Browns. Third down coming. Blitz coming for Stroud. Has it down close. Touchdown, Houston. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans cut it to a field goal game.
Texans 14.
Volley set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. He fields it from the 8. Returns looking good so far. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The Browns with their offense back out there as Nick Chubb returns to the field. The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start this series with an option left. He's got a gain of 6 there. The tackle there by Daniil Hunter. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
They give inside to Chubb. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get this through midfield and starts pushing into Texans territory. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's Browns ball working to carry this lead through to the end. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 46. They did it! He made the interception! Picked off by Darren Stigley Jr. And the Texans have some new life in the 4th. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
Now we get a look at this Texans offense. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Throwing is Stroud. The Browns close in and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That's an incredible sack, Kate, from them. It does more than just back them up a mile on 2nd down. There's an immediate sense of desperation that comes from an offense. You can just feel it as a quarterback in the huddle. When you take a sack like that, now they got to dig themselves out of this hole.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Another try following the sack. Completed to Collins. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the 1st.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
Throwing on third down, Stroud. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it sets up a Houston first.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. From the gun, Stroud. Complete to Dell. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. It's a 21-yard gain. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
Well, that one was drawn up and delivered beautifully, efficiently. If it's not circled on the call sheet already, you better believe it is now.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. He's got this complete to Dameon Pierce. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
It is so hard for these defenses. I don't envy them at all to try to monitor where these running backs are. Are they chipping? Are they delaying their route? He's such an underrated part of their overall passing game.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. On play action, here's Stroud. Cut near the goal line. And in for the Houston touchdown. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts them in front here in the second half and puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
A chance to take their lead beyond a field goal on this point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans take a 4-point lead.
21, Browns 17.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Cleveland offense back out and getting set for the drive. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Connection made to Judy. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 32. Makes the connection. Here's Jerome Ford. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Kate, I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop.
Finding Judy. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Sticking to the air with Watson. That one complete to Njoku. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that gives the Browns a first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47. 47.
Working from the gun, Watson. A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped and incomplete on first down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. He'll look to throw it. Chubb brings it in. And this one does not go far.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Let's see what they draw up on these 3rd and 7. Here he is to throw. That's caught for the first. Touchdown, Cleveland! The Browns jump in front late. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Extra point upcoming. This to put it to a field goal game. And he shakes out the pressure to nail the point after, and now an opposing field goal would only tie this game. Hopkins has it on the tee, and he's ready to send it flying. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Texans and C.J. Stroud all set to go for their next drive. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target and make a play on it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to throw. Gets it to him on the screen. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
The clock rolls as the Texans try to hurry their offense to the line. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Two timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Completed to Davis. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. Still one more in their pocket to use. To the line for a new set of downs. Only a lone timeout at their disposal. 1st down, Stroud. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they get this down to the 28. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Schultz with the catch. And he runs it down inside the 15 before going out. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it sets up a Houston first.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Davis gets it from the gun. And he works his way for a gain of 4. So they call a timeout. So that is their final one. And with time left for maybe 2 plays, let's see what they do. Do they chance it or do they just kick it now? And a timeout's called. We'll have likely just a final play. Only 6 seconds remaining in this one. Kaimi Fairbairn on now as we see how he handles this moment. The 27-yard look here. Looking good, and it's through. And in the final moments, they force overtime.
Overtime rested on his leg, Kate, and he got the job done. And now, well, if things go a specific way in OT, the next time we see him line up, it could be for the game winner.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Man, this has been such a great game. Nobody is ready for it to end just yet. After 4 quarters, we're headed to overtime. And hopefully this conclusion will be just as exciting as our opening 4 quarters. The kick is away here in overtime. This return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Cleveland's offense all set to take over. They're out and set, 1st and 10. First throw of overtime now. Judy there to grab it. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Quite the start to that drive, huh? The first play sets him up now at the 38. Here's Chubb up the middle. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup. Second and 6 coming up here. Watson working in the pistol. Has him on the quick hitter.
Watson's pass. Complete to Jordan Eager. That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, here's Watson. And he won't escape this. The Texans take him down. Now this is the dreaded sight anytime there's a sack. He's hurting after taking that hit, and they're going to get out there to check on him. The Browns looking to punt on 4th down, so on comes their southpaw, Corey Bojorquez, to handle it. Pulled in at the 20. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. This one returned for 11 yards. And it's going to be Texans football. Houston's offense back out now and ready to go. Their defense got off the field clean, Brock, and now their offense runs on knowing that any points are going to end this game.
Well, you want to look up complementary football in the football dictionary, this might be the most important time for it. One side of the ball makes a stand, and the other side gets a chance to go win it.
Nico Collins, the intended target. And it's going to be 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
2nd and 10, Stroud to throw. Caught by Diggs. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Third and just 2 to go. On play action, here's Stroud. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
The Texans set to punt. And in overtime, this has to be struck well. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. 58 yards on the punt there. And the Browns will go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Chubb. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4. Second and 6 coming up here. Receiver in motion, headed right. This is Chubb. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. First throw for the backup now. Throw reeled in by Njoku. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he calls for the fair catch, and is there to collect it. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And it'll be their football. They'll get this drive started, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. The easy way to do it, catches just like that, going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
Stroud throwing here on first. Diggs there to bring it in. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. From the gun, Stroud. Escapes the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. So this one goes against the offense. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Shotgun now for Stroud. Pass taken in by Diggs. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And that'll leave them with just one remaining in overtime. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Finds him over the middle. And he's got it up to midfield and into Browns territory.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Davis, the motion man right. From the 46. This is complete to Schultz. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Final timeout called by the Texans, as they'll have none remaining in OT. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. To throw. Taken in by Pierce. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
It's a gain of 3. And the Texans first down.
So we still can't decide a winner in this one. Let's reset that clock and do it all over again. What do you say? Another overtime is coming your way. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Throwing now from the gun. Connection made to Dell. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Davis up the middle, and he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its second, as they'll be